support. Now it's time for today's perspective. And she says that she aims to create, but at the same time do it in a responsible way. It is, if you like, perhaps the motto of my guest today, a Paris-based fashion designer. She trained here in Paris, has worked for some of the top brands, and now has her own brand, Christine Phung line. Her aim to bring strength and joy to those who wear her clothes amid a world of sustainability. And she joins us here on set, and she's bought some wonderful things for us to look at. Great to have you with us, first of all. Tell us about some of the items you bought, first of all.
So first of all, I brought you a silk scarf that I made in collaboration with an artist called Celia and Kala, and we designed it inspired by the nature and our love for contemporary art. I also brought you some handbags that I've made with upcycled leather.
Beautifully made.
Oh, thank you.
Very intricate, isn't it?
In a limited edition, and I want to offer to people the freedom of mind to have some efficient and well-made clothes.
Yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful. I love the patterns that you have because if we look at some of the items behind as well, in the shirts that we can see behind there, it's very much a sort of signature style. Is it that pattern? Where does the idea come from? You mentioned nature.
Yeah, I mentioned nature, but I also I would like also to bring energy to people because I believe that a print is charged. It's full of energy, and it can carry and give you energy to the wearer, but also to the viewer. And that's what I want to share, to create an aura and to give a perspective to the clothing with a long-lasting point of view. I am very focused on shirting because I believe you can keep a shirt 10 years and still wear it in many different ways and bring and offer it to your friends. And you can transmit it.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're saying. We can continue looking at some of your images as you're talking. Let's talk about your career. I mean, you've worked with some of the best, haven't you? You've worked with Lacoste, with Rossignol, with Vanessa Bruno. What was it like working with all those brands and all those organisations?
I love to blend sportswear codes with couture codes. That's why I was focused on contemporary brands who can manage and have a strong DNA, but who can incorporate also what I could bring them in terms of modernity.
And what was it like making that transition, though, from going from working for people to working for yourself? Because that must have been a very big step.
Yeah, it was a big step, but I had this in mind, so I decided to learn with the best at my beginning. That's why I wanted to learn. I learned with Le Maire, and I learned with what you said, a bit Dior for the children line. And then I wanted also to express myself and to build sustainable fashion with a good point of view, because I believe we must change things in a more committed way to be respectful with nature, but also humans doing the production of the clothing. And we can think forward and we must evolve. That's a personal commitment, but it is also a collective commitment. We all must change something in fashion.
Has it been a struggle setting up on your own? Because that must have been a huge step.
Yes, of course, it is very difficult to be independent because you must finance everything and you must build a strong team.
But it's working now?
It's working. I have a balance because I am a consultant for other fashion brands, and I have also my own line, and I am also teaching. So
let's pick up on the word that you've mentioned lots of times, sustainability. It's obviously very important to you. How do you make things sustainable? You mentioned the recycling, for example, in the bag here.
Yes, I recycled and I upcycled existing fabric and leather, which I turn into new pieces. And my name, Phung, means phoenix, which means like the cycle of life. I also print in France or in Italy on beautiful and sustainable fabrics, which could be organic cotton with eco-certified inks. And that's my commitment.
And how difficult is it to do that? Because fashion inevitably is perhaps an industry where sustainability is not always at the forefront of people's minds.
Yeah, true. It's difficult because it's more costly. It's more expensive to have this commitment, and for people it could be more difficult to understand the values of things. But I believe the values of things are also in the way they are made. It's not an economy about few euros less. It's about how you preserve the world you're surrounded by.
You've got a major event, haven't you, which begins tonight, in fact,
yes.
at Pontin, just outside central Paris.
Yes.
Tell us what that is.
You are all invited. And then it's a free event, and it's based in Pantin, le Centre National de la Danse, CND. And we are 56 designers all together and presenting craftsmanship, contemporary art, and design, all focused about the transmission and the process of creation. And we are sharing this. And I did an installation, a performance, like an installation with my friend, Celia Nkala, the artist. And we created by 4 hands something.
What about the world today as we're living in it? I mean, where is your market? Is your market mostly in France? Presumably you also work with a lot of people who, for example, are trying to sell their items in the US, which is incredibly difficult at the moment with the latest tariffs.
Yeah, true. I am mostly based in France, but we have some stores in Europe, in Norway, in Luxembourg, and we are also distributed in New Caledonia. So, of course, my business has to be international, so I can find a better balance.
And does that make it even harder trying to trade across borders when there's all this talk at the moment of tariffs? You don't quite know what's going to happen next, do you?
Yes, of course, it's going to be...
Could be a little tricky.
A challenge.
Yeah.
Challenging.
Well, good luck for the future. It's great to see your items on display here in the studio and that you've brought them in for us. Good luck for the event tonight as well. Christine Phung, thanks very much for coming in
Thank you for
and talking
receiving
to us
me.
here on France 24. Thank you.